When we were researching the definition of homelessness, the federal definition that we found included individuals who are living in shelter, living on the streets, abandoned buildings, places like that. Also, maybe like motel or hotel vouchers that are paid for by someone else other than themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a population that you feel is left out in this definition?
Yes, there's a big population that's left out of this definition. You gotta look at people who maybe even paying for the hotels for themselves. They have nowhere else to go. They may just got paid on Friday and decide to pay for their hotel, and because they use their own personal check, they are not considered homeless. You have individuals who are overcrowded. When it comes to, I guess, any definition, when it comes to housing standards, it shouldn't be no more than 2, maybe 3 to 1 room. You have families who have 4 to 5 to 1 room. Because the definition does not serve that population, there's nothing we can do about that.
What is your definition of homelessness?
Well, I'll give you 2 definitions. One is the definition I work with, and one is the definition I think it should be changed to. In the ESG grant, the definition that we work with for homelessness is literally homeless. You have to be in shelter in your car and have to be documented that you're staying in your car or on the streets. Literally homeless, or even sleeping in a hotel that has to be paid for by a charitable organization. Now, if I had the opportunity, or even, I guess, was able to change the definition of homelessness, I will count those people that were living in a hotel for months because they couldn't afford to get into a place of their own. Overcrowded situations, even sometimes situations where they are staying with family and friends or on property and they don't have the proper utilities that they need to have stable housing.
Since you have been working with the ESG grant, what type of population? Tell us about your clientele that you.
The population that I serve are mainly civilians, disabled individuals, especially mental disability, chronically homeless people who have drug problems, addictions, and we also have a high number of individuals who have history of being inside foster care, coming out of the foster care system at the age of 17, 18, and have no plan on where their next step will be or the next home will be, and they end up inside shelters on the street and unfortunately sometimes in jail. We do have a high population of people who come from jail, and unfortunately that's the other key to homeless definition. If you've been in the program for more than 90 days, you're considered housed with the jail or with the transitional housing, whatever, mental institution. Yeah.
So when you
You'll have to hit homelessness again, being on the streets or in a shelter to be considered homeless.
what documentation would you have as far as you saying you living in a car?
We usually go take pictures and videos. We go and see, we go to that place where you're staying. Police report, if you have something from police right up. Like my boss is always saying, you park in a Walmart, the manager or security guy somewhere can document that you were there. Or local agency, some type of community outreach agency that knows your situation can document it. Has to be third-party documentation and not a friend. Yeah.
Could you tell us, Ms. Stewart, what steps is your organization using to help end homelessness?
First of all, MUTEH is the lead agency in the COC. We cover the 71 remaining counties in Mississippi, mainly rural areas. And what that we do with the COC is a bunch of different partner agencies. Just because we can't be every place at one time, we work together to identify the homeless areas or where the homeless population are, so we could go out there and hopefully serve them. We use HMIS as a database, and as a group, everybody in the COC, we enter data into this HMIS system. So I might be in Jackson, and as we go through the data, I can look in the system and see that there's a homeless person in Grenada. And then based on that information, I can see if that person will be eligible for a program, go there and document homelessness. Sometimes we have to go through the woods, videotape things that's going on, take a picture, and or other ways we can document homelessness. And that's the main way that we actually reach out to these individuals. The area, only certain areas have shelter. And then the definition does not cover for people who are staying with friends and family. But because there's no shelter in the area, and if they don't have a car to stay in, either you stay in the woods with your kids, or you're trying to find that long lost cousin, you know? And because you're with that long lost cousin who don't even want you there, we can't help you.
A lot of cities are not veteran friendly. I mean, because I'm the case manager for veterans, and you know, we run into problems with the agencies wanting to help a veteran out. You know, they just feel like, so what, you served your country.
Yeah.
So a lot of veterans don't want to deal with agencies. They don't want to deal with the VA. So it really takes a lot of time building their trust and their relationship up with that population.
That's true. It needs to be, I don't know, there's no, I guess, seamless way to move people through the system, whether it's coming through the military, coming out of jail, coming out of transition, or coming out of rehab. There is a break in services. You come out of these services, you think everything will be okay, you get back on your feet, you did what you need to do, but there's nothing to help you link up to what you need to do to be stable. There's nothing in between there, except for homelessness.
That's right.
If you don't have family, friends, or support, only thing in between that gap is homelessness, and hopefully you meet the right people to help you into stable housing. Other than that, you will get stuck right in homelessness.
Transportation is a big issue. Maybe not so much in Hattiesburg, but other little rural places that don't have like the bus transportation, or like Tupelo, we probably haven't had taxis for a long time. You know, we just really getting those, and especially the other city I'm from, you know, a lot of places don't even have a taxi cab, so that keeps them from getting, you know, employment and other benefits that they might need to go apply for.
In the area that I was in, it was Waveland Bay, St. Louis, towards Slidell. They don't really have many homeless shelters. They would either have to go to Gulfport or Biloxi.
Yeah.
And that was a big problem because due to people still trying to get on their feet from the storm, the oil spill, and just, you know, people are dealing with issues. Housing, as far as, well, the jobs was an issue too, but just housing, trying to get temporary housing so they can get permanent housing is a problem down there.
Right. A lot of times it's mental problems. A lot of times it's just because they just, I guess they get adapted to that lifestyle. And I think that's where the president and the whole federal government is trying to move more so to prevention instead of ending homeless. After ending homeless, we need to move to prevention.
We need more shelters.
Well, we're going towards prevention, not even.
Yeah, more prevention funding.
That's how everything is focused. That's how the federal government is trying to focus on. You'll never be 100% no homeless people.
Right.
Some people just, I mean, we saw that. Some people just prefer to be out there.
Right.
I know that HUD, as well as even some cities in Mississippi, have pledged to end homelessness, especially with the veteran homelessness, by 2015. Do you think, you know, is that too far-fetched, or you think we can meet that goal?
It all depends on your definition of ending homelessness. There, as I said earlier, there will never be, I don't think personally, there will never be 100% no homeless people. You have some people that just choose to be out there no matter how you try. And then I think it's a goal that that can be reached, but first we also need to identify and first get a lot of these people, especially veterans, unfortunately it's substance abuse. Unfortunately, that's what it is. Substance abuse and mental problems, and if they can't receive treatment no matter how much time they try to house them, they will end up right back to where they start. So if they look at it as a full service, not just let me house them, and we look at other things that's going on that cause them to be where they are, then yeah, I think we can end homelessness with veterans. But there will also be that 1% that no matter what you do, that's where they want to be.
We really appreciate your time and doing this interview with us.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.